Oh, well, listen, today is World Baking Day. If you joined the show on Wednesday, you'd have seen we dedicated the entire culinary hotline to this moment. And that's why we asked Chef Clem to join us for World Baking Day. And what better way than to celebrate with delectable scones that are easy to make and oh so cheesy. Chef Clem, he is here to share his mouth-watering scones recipe with us. And this one is filled with buttery layers of flavor and sensational selection of cheeses. Chef Clem, World Baking Day, as a baker yourself? As a foodie, a chef?
Because the thing is, I give credit to the real bakers out there who probably are so passionate about waking up yesterday to start baking something and the amount of meticulous attention they give to it. I bake purely for pleasure when I need it, when I'm satisfied. So I can bake, and I did work pastry section in a restaurant for 2 years.
Okay.
But like, you know, scones are easy. I feel like if you're getting into baking, scones are a great one to try.
It's a forgiving recipe.
There's a few steps where you can go kind of wrong, but we're going to talk about that today. But if you are looking to be part of World Baking Day, these scones are an amazing way to do it. Should we do a little swap quickly?
Let's do that, because I'm seeing all of these beautiful cheeses in front of me, because that's what we are selling here. We are going for the buttery layers and the cheese.
The buttery layers and the cheese. And the truth of the matter is, when I started making this recipe, I was going to do a very simple mature cheddar and chive scone.
Okay.
And then I was like, wait, no, it's a scone, which means you can add literally whatever you like to it.
Whatever you want.
So I was like, let's add more cheese. So we're going with the Woolies mature cheddar. We're going with the oak smoked Stanford. And when you do cut that open, please have a smell. It's got the most amazing smoky flavor.
This is a hard cheese.
It's a hard cheese, and the Overberg is a hard cheese as well. And they all have their own distinct flavors, and it's going to just make these scones amazing.
Okay.
Yes.
So what can I do? Should I start grating, or have we...
That's a belief. If you can get into the grating, and then again, I do want you to smell that oak smoked Stanford. It is so good. If you want to make a toasted cheese sandwich, it has a whole lot of personality. That's the one.
Okay.
It is so good. Also, I just saw yesterday, Woolies have truffle-infused cheese slices now. A truffle-infused scone. Oh my goodness, do that. Okay,
yes.
So you're onto the cheese grating
How
for me.
much cheese would we need?
I'm going to need you at the end to have about a cup worth of grated cheese. So
a third.
There we go.
Okay.
So another thing I find is very easy when you are grating is to kind of cut the rind off.
Yeah.
And the rind, it's just easier.
It's just
and
easier.
Also, it gets into the mix and it's a little chewier.
Okay, we don't want that.
We don't want that. So, scones, very simple. Into our bowl goes cold cubed butter. And then we're going to hit it with our salt raising flour. So now I need to eyeball 2 cups, okay? Because I don't know. You know what? I'm going to borrow this.
Borrow that?
There we go. Because baking is a science, and you've got to get the quantities right. And if you want the recipe, go and check it out on, I think it's on woolworths.co.za.
Yes. And also, like Bass said, trust the recipe. The recipe developers have tried and tested these recipes. They are... If you trust it, it will work.
Absolutely. And then if you go onto the Taste website as well, you'll see the scones being made if you need another visual representation. But we are doing that now. Soft raising flour goes in, the butter's in there. To that, I'm add a little bit of salt. And here's where the first step, where people tend to go wrong, right? So what you need to do now is you need to take your fingertips and crumb the butter into the flour.
But don't melt it too much.
You do not want to melt it at all, and that's why the butter needs to be cold. At the end of it, you want little lumps of butter in the flour. So I'm going to try and get to that stage as quickly as possible. Zoe's on the cheese.
I'm on the cheese mission.
It's going really well. So scones are like little baking blank canvases. You can add whatever you like to them. So I tend to like savory baked goods, so I go for cheese. But the fact is, you can totally make it whatever you want.
But doesn't a scone that goes sweet become a muffin?
Let me just think about it. I don't know how to answer that.
Or a cupcake?
Look, I know that a muffin with a crown on it is a cupcake. I know that one. I've never heard that.
A scone that goes sweet, isn't that a muffin?
If you out there have the answer to that question,
I'm sorry for the question.
Phone us. Phone us right there. Just phone, please. Okay, no. Okay, moving on. So we're crumbing the butter into the flour. Then we're going to go in with some sugar, because even though it's a savory scone, you still want a little bit of that sweetness in there. Then we're going to go with, pepper can come at the end. I need some cheese from you.
Okay.
Don't worry, we'll come find the cheddar in a little bit. Can I get what you've got so
You
long?
can take what I have. Let's just remove the rinds and the knife.
There we go. I'll take that salon,
We'll
get that
add
in.
more because this is a beautiful cheese. I love the smell.
Overberg.
This is the Overberg from Klein River Farmstead in Stanford.
Just down the road, it's got a sweet, nutty flavor. When I do cheese sauces, the Overberg goes in there because, oh my goodness, that nutty flavor that comes through from the cheese is amazing.
Ooh.
Now, okay, the self-raising flour we added into the dough mix, which is going to be a dough soon, that is like the self-raising agent that's in there gets activated by the buttermilk, okay? It's the acid that's in the buttermilk that helps start the process. So we're going to get that in there. Again, at home, don't do what I just did. Don't eyeball it. Please do you follow the recipe.
Use the measurements.
There we go. So we're going to make sure we get that in there. Right now, all we're trying to do is gently fold. We're going to make like a straggly ball of dough. How are you doing there with the cheese?
I'm getting in more, so we've just got the mature cheddar
Brilliant.
to go.
Tell you what, let's keep the mature cheddar for the little we're going to serve it with.
Okay.
Like, there we go. I think that's a good idea. Oop, okay. So, fast forward. We're looking for a straggly dough. The thing you do not want to do at this stage is overwork the dough at all. Once you start doing that, you end up making like a chewy biscuit, and you don't want that.
No.
You want a soft, beautiful scone. So, everything out the way, get your dough onto the surface. And once it does this, all you need to do is just shape it with your hand into a dough ball. This straggly ball gets cling wrapped and popped into just on the side. Let it do its thing.
Okay.
During that time,
does not go back in the fridge.
no, it doesn't need to. During that time, the moisture of the buttermilk is going to absorb and hydrate all the flour, and that's when you can gently, again, when it comes out after resting for like half an hour, you're going to just press it down. Again, do not work it, and then using a ring mold, you're going to cut the shapes out. Now, let me go. I've got a dough that's
So
here.
what my mom does is she loves to serve it like a pizza. So she'll pop it into a pie dish and then make like a little scone cake and then slice it. And so you get like a little cake slice of scone.
I'm like very nostalgic because I think that my mom's done a version of that too, and my grand.
It just removes the effort of having to make little circles.
But literally the fact that I wonder if there's a proper name for that. Because that whole scone-based pizza on a rectangle baking tray
Yes.
is such a thing. Yeah. I think it might be a South African thing. Okay, so here we go. Now I need a ring mold from you.
There we go. You've got it.
I'm going to do one because we got to fast forward quickly. How you doing there with your extra
I've
cheese?
grated all the cheese now.
There we go. This is good. This is straggly. Scones that are
beautiful.
perfectly shaped and round is not necessary. So once you get it down onto your baking tray, you could brush it with milk, and that's going to give you like a sheen. You can brush it with egg, and that's going to give you like that
gloss.
lacquered gloss.
Oh.
So what are you? I'm kind of more pro the egg wash.
I'm happy with any.
Okay, so
I just want cheese on top.
Imagine, because my hands look like this right now. Imagine we're brushing it with a little bit of the egg wash. Boom,
Okay.
goes into the oven very quickly, about 15 to 18 minutes. It's going to start rising, and you're going to see all the beautiful layers of butter in there because we didn't work it into tiny little bits. It's going to puff up, and we end up with that.
Oh,
now, got some butter, and my favorite is honey drizzled with the butter. Even though it's sweet, even though it's savory, sorry, the sweetness is absolutely amazing. Now, fast forward, okay? We're starting a new thing where once a week I'm going to tell you what my favorite Woolies products are.
Okay.
And this is not even a foodie item. Woolies have come out with three-ply paper towel. Now you're probably like, what's going on? Listen.
But these are also, I'm going to open one.
Please, because I'm going to wash my hands and I actually need some
and
of
I
that.
actually want to show you what I like about these is they're a smaller piece.
Yeah?
I love that. Look here.
So I'm going to tell you.
Your paper towel.
Okay, I'm back.
You're back.
Let
Your
me tell you
paper
what-
towel is normally a big sheet.
Yeah, and you
you don't always need that much.
You don't. So here's two things about it. So being 3-ply versus the usual 2-ply, I always double up on a sheet when I use it.
Yeah.
Because I need more absorption. I don't need to anymore because this is 3-ply. So already I'm going
sorry.
to use one less sheet.
Okay, wait. I wanted to demonstrate.
There we go. Do it. The other thing is,
They're tiny.
it doesn't matter what size of the mess that I've made. I'm always going to pull a big sheet, right?
Yeah.
Not anymore. Now you can decide what size sheets you want. So Zoe, can I get a triple? Can I get
There
a
you
triple
go.
length sheet, please?
Triple length sheet, sorry.
And again, the fact that it's 3-ply makes it so much more absorbent. We're going to do this every week. My favorite Woolies items, and I'm telling you, this is a game changer. And I thought, my goodness, it's 3-ply. I'm going to end up using more. It's lasted me so much longer
Because
than
you
the
don't need
normal
more.
2-ply because you don't need anymore.
I can't even break
Trust
it. That's
us.
how thick it is.
How do you know you're an adult?
When you get excited about
Paper
towels and air fryers.
Paper towel, air fryers, and scones. I love these. These are a game changer in my kitchen. honestly, I used to go through so many rolls of the normal paper towel because of the work that we do. The 3-ply.
Oh.
The 3-ply. It's 2024. We need to live that 3-ply life. We are past the 2-ply.
We absolutely do. Well, listen, I'm going to tuck into these beautiful scones that Chef Clem made for us. But if you want to savor the flavor on World Baking Day with Clem's 3 cheese scones, find this recipe available on woolworths.co.za. Plus, you can shop all of your baking goods and ingredients at Woolworths. You can do so in-store, online, as well as on the Woolies app.
Get the paper towel.
There we go. We'll eat it like this.